Hey, sweeties. Welcome back to our weekend recap. I know it's a little late this time, but better late than never, right? This week, it's all about romance. Those moments that made my heart do a little flip. I thought it'd be fun to count down the romantic scenes I watched, starting from the least romantic to the most romantic of the week. Each one has its own charm, but there's one that really stole the spotlight for me. And stick around to the end because I'll also be revealing last week's poll results to see if your top picks lined up with mine. All right, let's get into it. Number 8, the Japanese remake of Love in the Air, calling all romance lovers, or maybe not quite yet. So I had high hopes for this one. A Japanese twist on Love in the Air. Yes, please. But it turns out it's more of a direct remake of the Thai version than a fresh take. And honestly, I felt cringe. The acting just didn't hit the same way, so much that I had to watch it on 2x speed to get through it. No offense, but they're really missing that Payu and Prey Pie magic we loved in the original. The Thai version still owns my heart, and right now, no remake seems ready to change that. But hey, I'll keep an open mind. Fingers crossed for something special down the line. Number 7, Eccentric Romance episodes 9 and 10. This series had me glued to my screen at the start, but now it's starting to drag. Can we just reveal the killer already? It's like they're dragging this out forever. And I really wanted to see more romance between Sung-hoon and Jae. Come on, that's the real poll here. Instead, we're wading through endless mystery layers while the romance gets sidelined, still tuning in anyways. But honestly, we need to speed this up, and I need more Sung-hoon and Jae to keep me hooked. Number 6. Bad Guy My Boss, episode 8. Ellis is giving us peak possessive vibes, following Pat and Ping around for a whole day. Now that's dedication. It's so clear Ellis has feelings for Pat, but instead of coming out with it, he's making it everyone else's problem. Dude, just tell Pat. Also, the assistant is so shady. Why Peng didn't speak up about him sooner is beyond me. And speaking about romance, Prescott and Cad's chemistry is great, but Cad could use a little coaching on bringing that romance up a notch. He's kind of leaving Prescott to carry the whole vibe, but regardless, the tension and romance in their scenes definitely made this episode worth the watch. Number 5, Kidnap, episode 10. This series hit me in the heart this week, especially since Min finally opened up to Q about what happened to their parents. He's been carrying around so much guilt and pain, thinking that leaving home caused the accident that took their lives. I felt all the emotions when he finally shared that with Q and Q's dad stepping in to help Min find men. That was so touching. But with episode 11 coming up, I've got a bad feeling about Yada. She's back, and I just know she's got something big planned. Probably something that'll mess with the peace Min and Q just found. Can't lie, I'm a little scared for what's next. Number 4, Forever You episode 6, big round of applause for North. The King of Chaos. From the very first episode, I just knew North was going to be my favorite. His crazy, chaotic energy is just something else. Honestly, this episode had me laughing nonstop. Every time the story switched to him and Johan, it was like a whole new level of comedy. And North just nailed it. I can't get enough of the way he stirs up chaos, and Johan somehow manages to roll with it. I'm really curious to see how things play out between them. And don't even get me started on Hill and Tar. They bring their own fun vibes to the mix. This episode just brought everything together, and I can't wait to see where it all goes from here. Number 3, Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo, episodes 7 and 8. Dooho and Ju Young bringing all the heartfelt romance this week. These 2 episodes, total tearjerkers. Dooho finally poured his heart out to Ju Young, sharing all the pain and guilt he's been holding onto for 12 long years. Watching him break down, that was powerful, and it's what he needed to finally start moving forward. I loved how Ju Young didn't give up on him and stood by his side through it all. And that scene where they trashed the Taekwondo studio, destroying everything Dooho's dad left behind, was like a final release. It was raw and emotional, and afterward, Dooho looked so much happier just enjoying life with Ju Young. The ending of these episodes felt perfect, but I wouldn't mind one more just to soak in a little more of their journey together. Number 2, Jack and Joker, episode 9. This episode was everything I wanted and more. Jack's confession to Joke, Chef's kiss. He chose Joke over Rose, and you could feel the growth he's gone through. Finally, after all the ups and downs, he just goes for it. Their chemistry was off the charts, and when they kissed, it felt like this huge, long-awaited payoff. This episode took us from friends to something deeper, and I loved every second. It wasn't just romantic, it was intense, heartfelt, and everything a confession should be. Jack and Joke are definitely up there as one of my top couples this week. Absolute scene stealers. Number 1, Every You, Every Me, episode 5, and here it is, the reigning couple of the week. Every You, Every Me brought the romance in episode 5 in a way that hit so close to home. This one was all about sneaky stolen moments, with our main character falling head over heels for his brother's guitar tutor. Watching them tiptoe around, keeping things secret and playful, had me feeling all nostalgic. It reminded me of those young, carefree days of falling for someone and just wanting to soak up every second with them. And that kiss scene, electric. The chemistry between them felt so real and genuine, like we're getting a look at a truly sweet and natural connection. There's no doubt in my mind they are the number 1 couple this week. Their story just has that authentic, fresh feel, and I can't wait to see where they go from here. All right, let's talk about the poll results from last week. It's no surprise that Jack and Joker took the top spot again, snagging a whopping 66% of the votes. This show has been holding down the lead for 4 straight weeks. Clearly, there's something about it that keeps everyone coming back. I mean, who wouldn't be drawn in with its intense storyline, magnetic chemistry, and those moments you just can't forget? It's like it has a little bit of everything that fans love, so it's no wonder it's still in first place. Next up, we had Love in the Air Japanese remake with episode 1, which came in at 12%. It's early days for this one, so maybe it just needs a bit of time to gain traction. Remakes usually have a bit of a challenge at the start, especially when everyone's comparing it to the original. But hey, we'll see if it can build up more hype in the coming episodes. Then, there's Kidnap. With episode 9 bringing in a steady 16%, this show is slowly building a solid fan base. And let's be real, it's hard not to be curious about Ohm and Lang as a pairing. It's their first BL together, so there's a lot of excitement around seeing how their chemistry plays out. Finally, Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo episode 5 got 6% of the votes. It might be flying under the radar for now, and maybe these episodes didn't quite hit as hard, but who knows? It could always pick up later if it brings something fresh to the table. For now, though, it looks like Jack and Joker is the series to beat. 4 weeks at the top, impressive. I'm curious to see if any series can shake it from the lead next week. Let the competition continue. Thanks so much for tuning in, sweeties. I hope you enjoyed my little rundown of the most romantic moments this week. I love hearing what you all think, so don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this recap, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps keep these videos coming. Can't wait to chat with you again next time.